Okay, so let's pretend that your scarf is done and you're ready to take it off. When we're finishing knitting, what you do is bind off the stitches, and there's a lot of different ways to do it, but I'm just going to show you one way. And hi, Winnie. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you from my angle. I think that's probably easier to see what to do. You're going to knit 2 stitches first of all. Well, actually, whatever you had done to the stitches, you would do what was necessary. So if this was knitting and purling, if it was a knit stitch, you'd knit it. If it was a purl stitch, you'd purl, but we've been knitting the whole thing, so we're going to be knitting these off. So you're going to knit 2 stitches over to the right hand needle, poke in, wrap around, pull through, and off. Okay, so I've got the 2 stitches on my right hand needle. Now what you're going to do is pull the back stitch up and over the needle so that you're just left with what was the second stitch. Now you're going to knit another stitch over and then pull the back stitch up and over the tip. So now you've just got 1 stitch on again. Okay, so we're coming in, wrap around, pull through, we've knit that stitch over, and now we're going to bind it off, pull up and over, knit over, pull the back stitch over the tip, knit, pull the back stitch over the tip. Let's continue. So we're knitting 2 onto the right hand needle, pulling the back one over so that there's just 1 left, knit over, 2 stitches on the right hand needle, and poking into the back one and pulling it over the top. We're almost done. Okay, I'm on my last stitch now on the left needle. I knit it over, pull the back stitch over so that I'm just left with 1. At this point, we want to cut our yarn a few inches long, and then you just take that yarn end and pull it through the final and remaining stitch and tighten it up. Okay, and now you've got your scarf. With your ends that you've got, your tail end from the beginning and your tail end here at the end, I like to just use a crochet hook and kind of twist and pull it in and through so that I'm not cutting it off and leaving that little end showing, which leaves the knot vulnerable to becoming undone, but it also looks a little messy. So if you just weave the ends through for a few stitches and then you can cut it off and it's hidden that way. Same thing with your beginning tail, doing the same thing. But hopefully now you've got your first project and you're well on your way to fun and happiness and knitting times.